Many thanks for joining us. It's News Hour, live here on GBC24 and GTV. My name is Emmanuel Amagashi.
And I am Ofoyiwa Dakon. Welcome to News Hour once again. Today is Boxing Day. Boxing Day is a secular holiday that is traditionally celebrated the day after Christmas. The day is also known as St. Stephen's Day, a religious holiday.
Back to the Victorian area, when churches often display a box into which their parishioners put donations.
Also, in the past in Britain, on the day after Christmas Day, servants of the wealthy were given time off to visit their families because their services were required for the Christmas Day celebrations of their employers.
They were therefore allowed the following day for their own observance of the holiday, and each servant will be handed a box to take home containing gifts, bonuses, and sometimes leftover food. This tradition has come to stay, as Boxing Day is now associated with the exchange of gifts between families, friends, and loved ones.
So on Boxing Day, GBC24 visited some hospitals to find out how the medical team and some patients spent their time.
Typical of a holiday, the hospitals the news team visited were less busy compared to a normal working day. The maternity ward of the La General Hospital had recorded 4 babies on Boxing Day, a boy and 3 girls. The principal midwifery officer, Zinabu Suleimana, said the hospital had 4 deliveries on the 24th and 3 deliveries on Christmas Day.
When the clients come, we monitor their labor till they deliver. Then we observe them, monitor their vital sign, that is checking their BP, and then temperature, pulse, and respiration. When they are stable, then we'll send them to the lie-in. There they will bath their babies. Then they will stay from the time of delivery to time of discharge is 24 hours.
We aren't enjoying the Xmas and all that like other people out there. Yes. So it's quite interesting. But once we are determined to do our work, we are not bothered at all about spending the holidays in the hospital.
Some mothers shared their joy with GBC24.
When the baby came out, I was very happy. By that time, my abdomen was paining me still. I have 1 girl, so when it came and it was a boy, I get very happy.
I came here around 2 to 3 this dawn. Yeah, it wasn't easy for me at all. It wasn't easy. And for God being so good, around 6, I delivered. And I was very grateful to Jehovah.
The police hospital was the next port of call. Here, the hospital had recorded 3 deliveries when the news team got there. The facility recorded 16 deliveries on Christmas Eve, made up of 6 boys and 10 girls. Madame Comfort Autry was the first to deliver at 2 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. And as a tradition at the hospital, she was rewarded with a hamper.
It's a baby girl. And as you can see the husband holding the baby, we in the police hospital, we are encouraging male involvement. So you can see that we nest them together. We let them feel the need of bonding from the beginning.
Superintendent Marifatu A.C. Brahma, the matron at the maternity ward, told GBC24 that out of the 31 beds recorded at the facility, 29 had normal delivery, while the others had cesarean section. This mother gave birth to twins who are boys. Some mothers at the police hospital also spoke to GBC24.
Because it's my first time, so I'm really excited. Yes.
Superintendent Marifatu A.C. Brahma, the matron, advised pregnant women to attend antenatals regularly and seek medical attention when they are due to ensure safe delivery.
When you are pregnant, the baby is in a sack. No water should come out through your vagina. No. So anytime you feel something, either water or any scent or blood, please come. When you see that, your legs are becoming big. Don't think that, it's a belief that if your legs are becoming big, it means that what? You are going to have twins. No, it's a fallacy.
Some Christmas traditions are gradually fading away. In the past, hand-woven hats made from coconut branches were visible along the streets in parts of Accra, especially along the beach. In these contemporary hats, both the young and old gathered to eat, light fireworks, share stories and jokes, and simply enjoy the festive season. However, this tradition, arguably handed down from generation to generation, seems to have lost its appeal. On GBC24's drive through Accra, some old folks remembered with nostalgia this decades-old tradition and hope to see it bounce back someday.
Christmas is the most magical time of year when family come together. For many children, this is when they put on their best behavior for a truly enjoyable season. Chunky piece of cake, a sizable piece of chicken on a heaped plate of rice, or a large portion of fufu washed down with a cold drink. Parents are also pressured to get a new wardrobe and perhaps plastic watch and spectacles for their children. Not to mention masqueraders on Boxing Day, who spice up the season with their drumming and dancing. One of the telltale signs of the approaching Christmas is the change in weather, but mainly it is the erection of Christmas trees and accompanying decor that truly signifies that Christmas is indeed here. This brings to mind another sign of Christmas, the Christmas hat. The Gans call it Bronyachu, and the Fantis know it as Bronyapata, inspired by the birthplace of Jesus Christ, which is the stable. Many families enjoyed gathering under this hut built with coconut branches to make merry and share some good memories. They also organized musical chairs in these huts and generally had a good time. The woven coconut branches were placed together into walls and firmly nailed to construct the hut. Unfortunately, this significant tradition is no longer visible in areas where they were common at this time of the year. On our visit to Jamestown, there was no sign of the huts except for children playing across the streets, with others going about their everyday activity. 80-year-old Mrs. Henrietta Okine and 60-year-old Madame Lally reminisced the days of these Christmas huts. To them, reviving this old tradition will help instill in the youth the importance of fostering unity among families.
The Christmas hat came about to imitate the birth of Jesus Christ in a stable. This tradition has gradually faded out.
The Christmas hat is where families get together during the Christmas season for merrymaking, but today it is different.
Along the Jamestown coast, fishermen were going about their business. For some, it was time to brighten their canoes with a touch of color. Football along the beaches is common for children who at this time of the year are on break from school. As the saying goes, there's more to life than increasing its speed. So these residents simply take it easy along the coast. They told GBC24 that with this goat and ducks, they have the main ingredients for a finger-licking meal this Christmas.
We thank God for the peace in the country. We pray for His protection and guidance.
Because I am happy for the peace in the country, and that affords me the opportunity to celebrate this Christmas.
I
have my goods ready to have a good meal this Christmas. I'm inviting you all.
We pray for God's guidance and protection.
Gardening is a great form of exercise. For some, it is a hobby, while for others, it is a full-time job bringing in some revenue. In this day and age where pesticides and fertilizers are overused, some are opting to grow their own fruits and vegetables. The experts tell us that it doesn't really take much to start one's own garden.
It's still News Hour live on GBC24 and GTV. Moving on. Following reports of the interceptions of over 100 bags of plastic rice in Nigeria, the Food and Drugs Authority says officers at the various points of entry into the country are on high alert. The head of communications of the FDA, Mr. James Latte, has told GBC24 that the authority found no plastic rice in the country. Mr. Latte is urging anyone with information on persons connected to the sale or distribution of such products to contact the authority.
We are saying that we've gone out, we've not found it. It's been circulated on social media. Just let FDA know where it is. So if you believe you have a sample, you know someone who imports it into this country, you have bought one, you know the person selling it, just let FDA know, and this thing is going to end immediately.
Head of Communications at the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, Mr. James Latte, said the authority is working closely with the Nigerian's National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, after news broke of the interception of some plastic rice in Lagos.
One of our officers called NAFDAC, and they claim that they've also heard it like we have heard it, but they don't know anything about it. Well, that does not mean it doesn't exist, or that doesn't mean it's not true. As regulators, we will continue to do our work by being vigilant, checking on the market, questioning people, talking to our clients. We'll continue to do that because we are there to protect public health and safety.
This retail shop sells only local rice. Checks by the news team revealed that patronage of the locally produced rice is very encouraging.
At GMPA, we don't have such here, but rather we have local rice called Champion. We tell the quality of the rice to the public so that they can identify the difference. Because this, if you cook the foreign ones and the local one, there's a little bit difference. The local one will remain as it is.
Auntie Salah is a rice seller at the Nima market. She's been in the business for the past 9 years. Salah tells GBC24 that her customers are cautious when buying rice nowadays and ask many questions when making a purchase.
I would advise my fellow traders to buy the old stock of rice when making a purchase instead of the new ones that are sometimes cheaper.
Old rice We caught up with some shoppers and asked of their preference when buying rice.
When I come here, I buy the local rice. The nutritional content to me is better than that of the foreign rice, which is polished, washed, and we lose a lot of the nutrients. Some of the foreign rice, you cook it, you leave it overnight, the following day is hard like stone.
Away from that report, as the Kofodia Regional Hospital celebrates its 90th milestone, its staff screened students of the Kofodia School for the deaf for various ailments. At the event, the school authorities made an appeal for support to properly house the students. The headmaster of the school, Mr. Jordan Agbona, sent the SOS to corporate bodies and philanthropists.
The Koforidua Regional Hospital was established in 1926 and thus celebrating 90 years of its existence. As part of activities marking the anniversary as well as its social responsibility, the hospital sought to provide assistance to the school for the deaf. One of the major challenges for the school is the absence of a sick bay to address the health needs of the students. The hospital has therefore renovated the building and provided medical equipment, a doctor and a nurse to run the place. The hospital also organized a health screening exercise for the students. The school has a population of over 200 made up of hearing impaired and mentally challenged persons. The headmaster of the school, Mr. Jordan Agbona, spoke about some of the challenges of the school.
Sometimes they stray to other places and school administration has to be called.
to go and look for them, or they find themselves in other environments, in other schools, and we have to go tracing up. So our basic challenge here is infrastructure. We need dormitories for both boys and girls so that all can conveniently be housed.
The director of the Koforidua Regional Hospital, Dr. Kwame Enimbuama, explained why the hospital chose the school for the deaf.
We decided that we should give back to society, and as you know, it's more blessed to give than to receive. During the floods that hit Koforidua some time ago, part of their school was also broken down. So we've decided to fix it since some of the children pass there and go to town and others.
The hospital also donated a lawn mower to the school.
Fire last night gutted parts of the Leklebi Senior High School, completely destroying the chemistry and ICT laboratories. The national president of the Old Students Association, Togbi Ochodibo, known in private life as John Smart Aja, said he had information around 12:30 a.m. that a section of the school was on fire.
Togbe Ochodibo said when officials of the National Fire Service arrived to help put out the fire, there was no water hydrant. He said the fire consumed everything in the laboratories. According to him, the school security alleged that an electric meter had caught fire and quickly spread to the buildings. He thanked the Leklebi community for coming out in their numbers to help salvage items from the school blocks. News Hour continues after the break. In business tonight, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and One Loaf Vegetable Production have trained some vegetables farmers in the central region on the use of modern and appropriate technology in cultivating organic vegetables.
Vegetables abound with a lot of health benefits. Experts say consumers of vegetables stand the chance of winning the battle against chronic diseases. Vegetables provide nutrients vital for health and maintenance of the body. But in Ghana, concerns have been raised about how vegetables are produced, including the excessive application of chemicals and the use of polluted water on the vegetable farms. To some, the solution lies in consuming organic vegetables instead of the genetically modified ones. This is because organic vegetables are foods produced by methods that comply with international standards. Standards vary worldwide, but organic farming in general features practices that strive to cycle resources, promote ecological balance, and conserve biodiversity. The 2-week training for farmers was geared towards exposing them to latest trends, including technologies in the organic farming business. Some farmers have started putting what they have learned into practice. One of such groups is the One Loaf, which has also created a point of sale for the farmers to sell their produce to avoid the perennial losses that characterize vegetable business. GBC24 spoke to some of the farmers who participated in the training.
Sampunyiska is about fertilizer. Yenya kwanfo for homa butum o wankasa ye kwanfo visit there. Butum afa ahaban momon nenke abobuano ebobuano a but izin na azin na aba fefra ema etum apoto opoto so a ena za ayi wedjuman ezi wedjuman so a obaba tere media meyin guru wo hwe enti youthful a wo man mu ma amsra hu abranta batera mala monhwem na wonsuam yayi we ya ina obobo hia o man Ghana.
Most of the farmers, they can't afford the organic fertilizer, so with this method they can use the weed that they clear from their lands and bundle it. We have some way to bundle it, and within some period of time you have your fertilizer, organic fertilizer. So that's the compost pile.
The price of organic produce are high on the international market, and Ghana stands the chance of raking in millions of dollars from this sector
if it is given the needed attention by both the government and the private sector.
Every year, the Ghana National Fire Service attends to more than 4,000 fire outbreaks. Of this number, about 10% of the cases are recorded in markets across the country. In May 2013, fire gutted the used clothes section of the Kantamanto market. 3 years on, GBC24 walks you through the market with a report on some of the fire safety measures the executives and traders are enforcing to keep the market safe and free from fires.
Walking through the used clothes section of the Kantamanto markets, it is evident that the layout has been professionally done, which has made movement within that section easier. Hitherto, accessibility was a problem, a challenge that impeded the work of firemen who battled with the May 2013 fire. Also, electricity circuit breakers are in place in every shed. Fire extinguishers have also been provided and traders have received training on the use of these equipment. All these measures were made available by the executive body of the Used Clothes Sellers Association with support from the Ghana National Fire Service. The chairman of the Used Clothes Sellers Association, Mr. Ivan Soforiata, mentioned some bylaws that the executive body enforced within the market to prevent an outbreak.
There was a lot that we learned from the fire service. They gave us education, and they always advise us here how to put measures in place, like electricity gadgets. We have a breaker on every shed. So when you close, you put it off. And the main meter, we also put it off, remaining only the security light. That's what we use to guide the market. And at 5:30 p.m., we close the market. We also use our authority to tell them how best they can save this market.
We have appointed one person to do all the electrical work in this market. So because of that, it is hardly to cause fire, because electricity is the most dangerous thing that causes fire. So now, even when we go around, you see each shed there is a breaker over there. When it caught fire, then it break out.
Some of the traders who fell victim to the fire disaster recounted their losses.
Saturday na ye fi ha kono. Ye jaye niema wa ha. Enti Sunday na anopa na yeti se aha.
We left our works here and left for our homes on Saturday. We woke up to the unfortunate fire outbreak. I lost words to the tune of about 5,000 cedis.
Na de ne da ha no na ye 1.150 she na ha de na ye 10 million base na she
papa te wan kasa na mo base 15 ene ne ma twa selection ya de ade amika bi me de twen say ye de be ye ni nyina.
I have about 70 bales of used clothes. I lost all of them.
120 base. De ne ma de masa no kwere nyame anim. Brother back on I see, or no more for free challenge, almost 1.5 billion. I had dear. It just came as she was saying, and I'm see a car, and Yadiki. I want you to papa.
No fear. Now we frame say, a jack to Hase Ashi. In fact, Yamen quite a swimming and come.
The fire wielded devastating effects on my business. I thank God for seeing me through those difficult times.
If it's my real yapim.
The treasurer of the association, Nana Ejekumuwa Osai Ansan, noted that the executive body has instituted a law that bans food vendors and chopper operators from using gas or ignitable elements within the market.
So nobody uses gas here. In fact, gas and bedroom.
We have instructed food vendors to desist from using gas or anything that can cause fire.
We are no way doom. Your power, your men cut out. I putting out. I call out. I said the beer light will be a cut off. This security light.
The executives and traders of the market are hopeful that with these fire safety measures and equipment installed, the outbreak of fire will be minimized or completely prevented.
Coming up, the health news.
In health news tonight, shisha smoking is considered a regular tobacco product with all the health hazards associated with smoking cigarette. According to the head of Tobacco and Substance Abuse Department of the Food and Drugs Authority, Mrs. Olivia Jekumwa-Boateng, shisha smoking is perilous to the health of humans. She therefore urged Ghanaians, especially the youth, to be wary of smoking the product. Shishas are considered a less dangerous, socially acceptable alternative to smoking. It has grown in popularity both nationally and around the world. Shishas, also known as hookahs, shisha, hubble bubble, and nargile, among others, originated in parts of Middle East, Asia, and Northern Africa some 400 years ago. Shishas are described as water pipes used to smoke specially made tobacco that comes in different aromatic flavors, which includes apple, mint, cherry, chocolate, coconut, licorice, plum, mango, strawberry, cola, and cappuccino. Although many users think hookah smoking is less harmful, a research by World Health Organization WHO reveals that smoking shisha is dangerous to the health of smokers. In recent times, smoking of shisha is fast gaining popularity in Ghana, especially among the youth, and it is practiced in groups. Smokers sometimes pass same mouth pipe from one person to another. Numerous cafes, pubs, hotels, beaches, and restaurants across the capital in Accra are serving shisha. A visit to the beach revealed that the phenomenon is in vogue among revelers. A session of shisha for an hour cost 25 Ghana cedis. Harrison Connie is a shisha producer and has been in the business for the past 5 years.
You can put water or a drink, alcohol drink. Yes, you can put it here, but this is the flavor which we use. This one is made with gum. Yeah, so if you want to put the flavor, you put the flavor here. If you put the flavor here, yeah, before you squeeze the flavor, it's okay. Then use your toothpick to just spread the flavor. Without this one, you can't smoke the shisha. If you remove this one, you can't smoke the shisha because of this. That's why you can smoke the flavor. So first of all, you put this one, then you set this one paper like this. After that, then you just cover it. You have to choke it like this. Before then, you put the fire on it. This is the rope for the shisha. Then you put it inside here. Then you just put it. Or is it the way the smoke is coming? Yeah.
30-year-old Aisha also makes a living through shisha.
These are the magic charcoal. But you just use matches to light it and put on, and you finish.
According to the head of Tobacco and Substance Abuse Department of the Food and Drugs Authority, Mrs. Olivia Jekumwa-Boateng, shisha endangers the health of smokers.
The health hazards associated with shisha use is even more than the regular combustible one. In fact, an hour-long shisha use is comparable to about 100 or 200 sticks of cigarettes. So the lung cancers, the throat cancers, the upper respiratory tract infections, all the diseases associated with tobacco use are the same, including the complications of secondhand smoke. There is no safe form of tobacco use, whether you chew it, you inhale it, whether the mode of delivery is different like this, that it passes over water. So the toxins will be detoxified, it will be filtered. You rightly said it's all misconception. It is not true.
Her statement on the effect of shisha on the health of consumers was corroborated by Harrison Connie, who is a producer of shisha.
It's normally about like cigarettes, but this one is more dangerous than cigarettes. Yeah, because this one, if we pull it one, like you have smoked one packet of cigarettes.
Even though Harrison seemed knowledgeable about the health implications associated with smoking shisha, he is unable to quit. Experts say perhaps the inability of Harrison to translate the knowledge he has acquired on the health implications of shisha to behavioral change is due to addiction. Shisha is regarded as another form of tobacco combustible product which has the presence of nicotine. Moving on to another health story. 34-year-old Doris Agbasi has been diagnosed with an end-stage kidney failure. She needs 20,208 Ghana cedis to undergo dialysis at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
Health organizations, including the WHO, recommend breastfeeding exclusively for 6 months, after which supplementary foods can be introduced. Breastfeeding until at least age 2 is recommended. Unfortunately, for Doris Agbashi, she stopped breastfeeding her baby girl just 2 months after birth because she had been diagnosed with an end-stage kidney failure. Doris is currently on admission at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. She is unable to eat, walk or talk properly. Doctors say she needs to undergo a kidney transplant, but her current situation demands dialysis. Doris needs 20,208 Ghana cedis to undergo dialysis. Doris is therefore appealing to all to assist her undergo dialysis and subsequently a transplant. All donations should be sent to Gifty Agbashi's mobile money account number 0540-634-783 or Jacob Agbashi 0240-575-456. No amount is too little.
Let's now get active with sports. Persons with disabilities in sports in the country now have a foundation that seeks their welfare. The launch of the Van Divan Disability Foundation will take care of the disability fraternity in its entirety.
Parasport in Ghana continues to encounter numerous challenges despite the significant progress made over the years. Para-athletes have made strides on the international stage, including winning medals during the All-Africa Games and the Commonwealth Games. One of the most visible organizations who have championed the cause of para-athletes in the country, the Dan Devan Group, has taken their passion a notch higher. They have launched the Dan Devan Disability Foundation. The group believes in using sporting activities to activate the self-esteem and showcase the abilities of people with disabilities. The chairman of the Dan Devan Group of Companies, Daniel Niemanson, says this outfit believes in the capacity of persons with disabilities.
Looking at the fact that we've done quite a lot for the disabled people as a social corporate responsibility for my company, we've now launched the Disability Foundation. So at least we can have the wing of the company that takes care of other activities pertaining for persons with disability and less privileged people in our society. We're focusing on education, on sports, and on healthcare. That's the main priority areas we're looking at. And sports is one aspect that quickly we can mobilize and train people. We can even use it as a career, but even have a challenge. Because in the sports bill for this time around, the para sport, no sports will not pass. The bill was not passed on them as if we're not part of the country. So I'll even plead with the newly government coming to take over that they should give attention to para sport so that we can also feel that we are part of the country.
The foundation is expected to fully begin work in 2017.
Ex-PNDC Secretary for Youth and Sports, Major Amarkai Amatefu retired, is optimistic of victory for the Black Stars in the 2017 AFCON in Gabon. Mr. Amarkai Amatefu says this is achievable through cooperation from stakeholders. The 2017 AFCON starts from the 14th of January 2017.
The Total Africa Cup of Nations Gabon 2017 is less than 3 weeks away. All 16 teams are getting ready for the continent's biggest football event. Ghana is in Group D with Uganda, Mali and Egypt. The Black Stars kick off their group campaign with a clash against Uganda on the 17th of January at the Stade Port Gentil. They will then play Mali on January 21 before facing Egypt in the final group game on the 25th of January. The ex-PNDC Secretary for Youth and Sport, Major Retired Amakaya Matefio, says the time for the Black Stars to regain their lost glory is now.
Talking about regaining our place at the highest level, I believe that with cooperation, we should bring back the Africa Championship trophy this month. I also believe that the World Cup is within our reach. With love, dedication, and with cooperation, we should be able to achieve this feat, which is, in my opinion, within our grasp.
The Black Stars are chasing their first AFCON glory after 35 years of waiting. The team came close to winning it in the last edition of the competition after missing out narrowly to Côte d'Ivoire in a dramatic 9-8 penalty shootout win.
Manchester United, Everton, Arsenal, Chelsea and West Ham all recorded wins on Boxing Day action in the English Premier League. Here are some highlights for you. And that was sports. Entertainment is next.
On the lighter side of news this evening, lovers of high live music were treated to some good tunes by the Maestro Kojo Entry. This year's experience with Kojo Entry was dubbed the Maestro's Joint. The event was held at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel in Accra.
Patrons on the night were entertained by the Asa Band, who opened the show. An artist from Côte d'Ivoire also thrilled the audience. Kofi B did not disappoint his fans on the night. Efia, who had performed a day earlier at a Girl Talk concert, brought some energy on stage. It was time to introduce the master chef of the night, Mr. Music Man Kojo Entry.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Oh my flow, sorry.
Former President John Ejekum Kufuor also made an order on the music menu. Kudwentri then invited another high life legend, Nana Ampedu, on stage. At the end of the show, patrons expressed their satisfaction with the various performances on the night.
The weather report up next.
Thank you, Thomas Andor from the Weather Center. Thank you also for watching News Hour.
We are back at 10:30 with News Tonight.